going on, guys? It's Weather with Jonathan here, and I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the potential for a massive blizzard in the northern plains, a massive ice storm, and an Arctic blast, and a massive severe weather outbreak possible. In this video, I'm going to be talking about all of this. So starting off with our composite reflectivity, you can see currently we have those snow showers in the northern plains, maybe even a little freezing rain possible, but not very likely. Now you can see we actually did have a little bit of snow on the East Coast over here, in places like Massachusetts and Connecticut. That's gonna probably not lead to any accumulation as far as what I'm seeing. Now this blizzard that's in the northern plains and the Rockies right now, this is going to be significant. We could actually sometimes see areas with some areas could possibly see up to about 28 inches of snow, and that is a lot. And guess what, you guys? This is not the only areas I'm concerned about for snow. I'm actually concerned about snow for the San Francisco area, the Los Angeles area maybe, and the Portland, Oregon area, because they are predicting some snow possible there and a good amount of snow accumulation possibly. Now, if we take a look at our snow totals for the Maine blizzard, you can see those snow totals in South Dakota very high. Some areas seeing up to about 20 inches. Now, I know some isolated areas could see about upwards of 30 inches of snow. I wouldn't be surprised if some area saw a 4-foot drift of snow. I would not be surprised. But if as we pull this out, you can see all the way back through the east, Wisconsin, Michigan, and the upstate New York area on the East Coast and the Northeast, you can see we have a large potential for snow. You can see up in the Northeast near New York, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, you guys could see upwards of a foot of snow in some areas in upstate New York, Vermont, and New Hampshire. Now, we are going to see some heavy snowfall in Maine. Augusta, you guys could see some snow. Portland, you guys could see some snow. Bangor, you guys could see some snow. All those areas I just listed in Maine, you guys could see upwards of a foot of snow. That is a lot. Now, the cities that I was talking about just now, or like a few minutes ago, San Francisco, upwards of an inch in southeastern. And actually, believe it or not, you guys, we do have winter storm watches for southern San Francisco. I don't think you guys would expect me to say that, but it's true. I'll show you those in a minute. And then we actually do have the potential for a little bit of snow in the El Dorado region in northeastern Sacramento. A light dusting or shower of snow possible. And then we actually do have a good potential for snow in the Portland area. You guys could see upwards of 3 inches of snow, and that could lead to a few road closures or delays. And that's probably gonna do some stuff. And I know you guys will see snow. Now, if we take a look at our NWS hazards, you can see I'll show you right here. If you guys can see where my cursor is, I'll put it around in a circle. Right here, I'll wave it around. You see those little dark blue spot counties? And that's where San Francisco is. What if I told you that those were winter storm watches? Yes, if you guys don't believe me, then I'll show you right here. You can see winter storm watches right down here below the pink. It's that dark blue. Then we actually do have a couple blizzard warnings, a tiny little blizzard warning in Colorado, a large chunk of blizzard warnings in Wyoming and Montana, and then a massive area of blizzard warnings in extreme northwestern Iowa, southwestern Minnesota, and eastern, northeastern South Dakota. We do have those winter storm warnings ranging all the way from Wisconsin down to Washington and the West Coast. And then we have those winter storm watches ranging all the way from North Dakota to Maine. So if we take a look at our NAM model for that snow, you can see now. I just want to tell you guys, I will get to the ice storm part in just a minute because we are going to have a potential ice storm. So if I pull this out, you can see that snow starting to begin in Minnesota, North Dakota, and South Dakota. And the real snow is actually going to be caused more in Utah and northeastern Nevada, maybe even southwestern Wyoming. But we have some high wind potentials. And if I pull this out a little to the future, that freezing rain starts dissipating, but it's going to be cold over here. So it'll start freezing. And you can see in the UP of Michigan that snow starts to fall and ranges all the way back through Nevada, which is pretty large chunk of the country. Eventually it spreads into the southern part of Michigan, and then this is when our freezing rain starts up. Now, guess what? I will get to the freezing rain, but we have a severe weather potential. We have a day one marginal risk for portions of southern Oklahoma and northern Texas that's mainly driven by wind and hail, which means we're probably going to see more of supercellular storms form. Then we do have an actual potential for some severe thunderstorms on the East Coast for portions of extreme Northern Virginia. I only said that because they actually have a city included in Virginia. I'm very surprised. But Delaware, Maryland, you guys are included in it. New Jersey, you guys are also included in it. And Pennsylvania are also included in it. And also, this severe weather potential is more likely for wind because it's showing more of a squall line, does not have a potential for hail. Then tomorrow, those severe thunderstorms start growing stronger. We have a slight risk for portions of southeastern Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma, back through the southern part of Oklahoma, extreme northwestern Arkansas, and southwest through northeastern Missouri. Now, guys, I just want to tell you, this is actually there's a good amount of uncertainty about this, but this is actually looking like a plain severe weather outbreak possible. And I think we may see an upgrade to an enhanced risk in the future. Now, this is a little too. Now, I don't want to freak you out, guys, by saying a potential enhanced risk. And I don't want to say that yet, but I already did. I'm sorry. I don't want to necessarily say that we may have one yet because there is still a lot of uncertainty about this. Because I just want to tell you guys, they just issued this today. Okay, so you guys need to, but if any of you live in this yellow area, you need to be aware for severe weather. And I'll put this back to our GFS model. For our dew points, you can see those dew points with the storm. Actually, some areas seeing up to 60. I was checking it with Tropical Tidbits. It was showing very low dew points in like the 40s. Now, if I pull this out, they do meet up with the storm. Not going to see very high CAPE, but I'll tell you one thing. We will see a lot of wind shear, and we do have the potential for tornadoes. I would not be surprised if we saw an isolated spin up tornado from this, but as you can see, I'll put this on our 500 millibar wind speed jet stream. You can see, watch this. If I pull this out, starts meeting up with the storms right here. Somewhere isolated areas about 60 knots. That's like a lot, you guys. That is a lot. And all of these storms are going to cause, and listen, all of these storms will cause either a little bit of snow, severe weather, or freezing rain. I'll get to our freezing rain right now. So if I put on our freezing rain potential, you can see I'll put on our sleet. Also on our ice potential, on our ice sheet, I don't have it yet, but if you didn't know, this would be ranked actually as a category 3 or potentially a category 4 ice storm. This is going to be a bad ice storm. So, if any of you guys live in this area of pink, you guys need to be aware. In Michigan, you could see anywhere from a tenth of an inch to half an inch some isolated areas. This is actually kind of likely for the southeastern part of Michigan, especially Detroit area. Some areas, I'm sorry, but you could see up to an inch. And this is going to continue from Iowa all the way back through New Hampshire and Massachusetts and Rhode Island. So I need you guys to be aware if you are in any of the pink. And I would not be, and we do not have any ice storm warnings right now, but I would not be surprised if we saw any ice storm warnings. So that's all for the video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry I didn't get to the Arctic blast part because it's changed a little bit, but I will be coming out with another video later today. It's the weirdest tornado tracks on Tornado Archive. Also, check out my second channel. I just created it. It's Weather with Jonathan Extra. Also, I'll put the link to my channel and About Me. I'm sorry you can't search it up on YouTube because it won't work because it has one video on there, but I'll upload on that like maybe once a week for updates. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Consider sharing it with your family and friends. Consider subscribing and liking.